My mom had me in the front seat of her bike as we rode towards the grocery store when I was very young, maybe 4 or 5. We heard a train pass by, which wasn't odd because we lived fairly close to the tracks. Apparently, I casually mentioned, "That's a train." My mom was rather surprised because we had never actually went to see one and asked how I knew. I responded by saying, "I used to work there during the war." I have no recollection of any of this, but my mom still mentions this conversation from time to time. Why I knew it was a train or how I knew anything about war is a mystery to me. I can't exactly guarantee the authenticity of this, but my mother, and backed up by my siblings, claimed that when I was about 4, my mom was getting me out of our van, and she said that I was staring out the window like some sort of World War II vet, and that I said, "Mommy, do you remember the time that I was in Aunt Carrie's tummy, but then I was in your tummy?" At first I thought it was complete BS until I found out my Aunt Carrie actually had a miscarriage a few days prior to when I was conceived. If past lives are a thing, I think I was a child of an actress from a long time ago, around the 1920s. I have memories of being at a movie premiere with my mother from that time. She wore a beaded champagne pink dress that reached the floor, and she had short brown hair that she wore wavy. I think it's called finger waves. I had on a frilly blue dress, and my hair was curled. I remember laughing at the funny things in the movie and seeing her smile on screen. I could never figure out what movie it was, though, so I think maybe this wasn't in America. I died as a child, probably not long after, but I'm not sure how. I do think it was some sort of accident, though, because I know I wasn't sick. I've had dreams about this specific memory since I was a little kid. Still have them. Maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. I've only had this dream once. I was in a snowy field. I started running to this tree line at the end of the field. The fear is gripping me worse than any fear I've had in my life. As I was running towards the tree line, I heard a loud crack, or perhaps it was a bang. I remember falling to the ground and everything going black. What dismisses this from a normal nightmare is the feeling of déjà vu. I've felt this before. I felt this feeling of dread. This dream happened 4 years ago, and to this day, I know somehow that I died in that field. I'm really late to the party, but I was also fascinated with reincarnation. My family is heavily religious, but Mom, myself, and sister are black sheep. When I was a kid, I would have dreams and wake up with actual marks on my body from them. 2 dreams in particular up until age 12. I believe they were my previous deaths. First one, I am on horseback. There is a battle, and I am in the thick of it fighting with thin armor. The armies were not massive, and we must have been in Scotland or Ireland based on the surroundings. The dream did not last long, but ended suddenly when I was shot by an arrow through the left side of my chest and I fell off my horse. I woke up as soon as I hit the ground. I turned on my nightlight and had a red arrow-shaped mark on the left side of my chest. Second, I am in the woods and shirtless with leather clothes. Not sure where, but I always assumed it was America because I was a native with long dark hair, beads, and feather jewelry around my neck and in my hair. I walked slowly and slightly crouched, like I was needing to be quiet and unseen. I step on something and make a sound. Not a loud one, but I froze in place to prevent more. Then the ground shakes, and I can hear something charging behind me. I turn around and pull out a stone knife, but it's too late. A massive brown bear is on top of me and slashes its claws across my ribcage, and then I see its mouth open, coming at my head. I'm dead. Dream ends, and I wake up. On my torso are 2 sets of large, long red marks across both sides of my ribs. I go to my mom's room, and she freaked out when she saw them, thinking I had gotten hurt. I never told anyone else in the family. After the bear dream, I never had this happen again.